Everyone in the cathedral was looking at the diamond ring, but the most valuable thing in that room was inside a dirty, crumpled envelope held by a woman everyone ignored. Welcome back to Moments That Stay. Today we are looking at a powerful moment of human truth. We often measure success by the cars we drive, the houses we buy, and the grand weddings we throw. We look at wealthy people and assume they are happy. But what happens when the foundation of that wealth is built on a hidden cruelty? And what happens when a single, selfless act of an ordinary person collapses a multi-million-dollar lie? Let's look at the story of Clara, Thomas, and a silent hero named Elena. This is a story about respect, humanity, and the choices that define who we really are. Grab a warm drink and let's unravel this moment together. To the world, Thomas was a saint. He wasn't just a wealthy real estate mogul, he was a known philanthropist. Billboards in the city carried his name, and he regularly donated thousands of dollars to local shelters. Clara loved him not for his money, but for his big heart. She believed she was marrying a man of pure integrity. But as they stood at the altar, the heavy wooden doors at the back of the church opened. An elderly woman named Elena entered. She didn't belong here. Her coat was old, her shoes were worn, and her hands were rough from years of hard manual labor. She looked at the luxury around her, not with envy, but with a quiet, devastating sorrow. In her hands, she clutched a yellowed letter, a letter that contained a 5-year-old secret Thomas thought he had buried forever. Let's pause here. This is something that resonates with all of us. Why do we sometimes seek people who perform massive, public acts of kindness, while in their private lives, they leave a trail of hurt? True humanity isn't measured by the checks we write in front of cameras. It's measured by how we treat people when nobody is watching. Thomas was a philanthropist to the public, but to Elena, he was something entirely different. Elena wasn't there to destroy Thomas out of revenge. As we will see, her motivation was pure selflessness. She wanted to protect a young bride from a lifetime of deception. Think about your own life. Have you ever met someone who used a mask of kindness to hide a cold heart?
You have a good soul, Clara. You deserve to know the truth.
Thomas immediately tried to take the letter from Clara's hands. Clara, please. She's a confused old woman from one of the neighborhoods my company redeveloped. Don't ruin our day, he whispered, his voice cracking. But Clara looked at the envelope. It was an official legal document from 5 years ago. Clara stepped back from the priest, broke the seal, and began to read. The guests watched in absolute silence as the bride's face turned from confusion to absolute horror. The letter wasn't an extortion note. It was a court petition from Elena's late husband, written just months before he passed away. 5 years ago, Thomas's empire didn't start with a brilliant business idea. It started with cruelty. He had found a legal loophole to seize a block of low-income housing where elderly, vulnerable people had lived for decades. Among them were Elena and her husband Arthur. Arthur had built their modest home with his own hands. When Thomas's bulldozers arrived, Arthur tried to fight legally. But Thomas used his wealth to buy out the local authorities and alter the property deeds. Arthur's heart couldn't take the shock. He suffered a stroke and died in a cold, rented room, leaving Elena completely penniless. Thomas didn't care. He demolished their memories, built his luxury tower, and then donated 5% of the profits to a charity to clear his conscience. He bought his reputation with the money he stole from people who couldn't fight back. This is the ultimate test of character. Clara was standing at the altar of her dreams. She had the status, the family approval, the security. If she closed the letter, put it away, and said, "I do," she would still be rich. She would still have her fairy tale life. But humanity demands a sacrifice. Sometimes staying a good person means destroying your own comfort. Clara realized that every diamond on her finger, every flower in that church, was paid for by the tears of people like Elena. What would you have done? Would you have married the man and handled the secret later? Or would you have walked away right then? Clara chose respect over royalty. She left the church alone, leaving a stunned crowd and a broken groom behind her. But she didn't just run away. She ran toward humanity. She caught up with Elena on the quiet street outside the cathedral. Clara didn't offer her money. She offered her a tight, tearful embrace. "I am so sorry," Clara whispered. The wedding was canceled, but a true bond was born. In the months that followed, Clara used her own independent savings and her background in law to help Elena and 3 other families reopen the case against Thomas's company. She lost her wealthy lifestyle, her elite friends, and her perfect image. But when she sat in Elena's small apartment, drinking simple tea and listening to stories about Arthur, Clara felt a wealth she had never known before. She found her true self. Clara's choice reminds us that our true value as human beings isn't determined by what we accumulate, but by what we refuse to tolerate. Elena's selflessness saved Clara, and Clara's honesty gave Elena justice. That is the loop of real humanity. Thank you so much for spending these 20 minutes with me on Moments That Stay. Your support and comments mean the world to me, and they prove that there is still so much love and empathy in our community. If this story resonated with your heart, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video with someone who believes in the power of truth. Take care of your soul. Look out for the forgotten people in the last rows of life, and I will see you in the next moment.